After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War. Now, in the year 1973, the world still lies in the heart of this frigid period. The West and East engage in proxy wars to assert dominance, while spies and agents engage in shadowy dealings. And, with the threat of nuclear war, the world always feels close to doomsday. It's as if the whole world is holding their breath, waiting for someone to make the first wrong move. Go. Yep, I'm recording.
Hello, welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Good Trouble.
Wow, we got singing too.
It's very hot in the UK right now, so that's why I lost my composure for a moment and started singing.
I forgot
Is Teng gonna have a heat stroke while he's DMing?
Tan, I forgot to open the map real quick. If I open the pins, can you check for me since I'm recording if there's anything sus in the pins before I get the link?
There is nothing weird in the pins right now. No.
Right.
Not that I can say. Well, I don't know what you consider.
Well, I just didn't know. All right. Let me.
Well, there is one thing that's weird that's censored, but it's just Dune talking about smegma.
Oh, fuck.
Well, what's the point of censoring it?
When was I talking about smegma?
I don't know. There's
On
no
October 16th, 2022, at exactly 2:19 p.m.
And then
Interesting.
We'll remove that.
Window it's spoilered anyways. You can't.
That's what I said, Dune.
Why did you spoil it?
I don't know. I don't know why I was talking about it in the first place. I don't understand. This isn't me.
The way you phrase it, it's like one of those creepypasta games. Like a story on Nose thing called Have You Ever Played the Dirty Smegma Game?
The Dirty Smegma Game! Alright, hold on. Alright, it's altered now. Are you with us, Stigma?
No, I'm not here.
Great,
He's here.
let's just start without him then.
I can detect his presence.
Alright.
Hello.
So, quick recap from someone that's not me.
Yes, apologies for that, though, I'm glad I put 2 alarms instead of 1.
Okay, the recap. I'll get a recap for you, I guess. So you were in Washington, D.C. to save the president. You saved the president, but you got framed for being the ones trying to kill the president.
Yeah.
SWAT teams
Did
came
we save the president?
No.
Not exactly.
Yeah,
all they did was someone grabbed the president. They discovered our plans. Someone's presumably guarding him, and now we're being chased.
I like how I've discovered our plans. Like you've gaslighted yourself into thinking you were trying to kill the president.
God damn it! You know what?
They found our fingerprints at the scene, right? We had to have been the ones that did it.
I know there was other proof, but the logic they said was there were bike tracks, as if that was they're the only one with a motorcycle driver
that drives on walls.
And also, Driver also insulted that logic in character because he would replicate someone else if he wanted to commit murder.
But yeah, yes, that, and then if I recall correctly, Bats, Chelsea, and Driver had all just defeated 3 people, or at least chased off 3 people for some of them, and were
including.
I tricked a woman into blowing herself up, so.
Including what, Tan? Sorry.
Including when there was a Wen versus Vasilii fight.
Yes. Well, I was gonna say Wen versus. They're still separate from us, right? They're at the.
Speaking of which,
Speaking
of which, I'm very excited for Dante to hear about fucking Wen's perspective, because I have something written up here.
Okay. But you're reunited. Masterson had a way out for you from the airport, but you decided that you wanted to go to the island of the volcano instead, because you couldn't quite trust evacuation.
Weren't we going to talk to Coelacanth about something too?
Well, you sort of phoned up Neil, and we're like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, we're going to this island.
Yeah, right, but there was a reason we were going there to talk to Coelacanth. I'm trying to remember what it was.
You told me it, so I can't remind you about that.
I don't think there was.
I think Jack.
We figured we would be safe around him.
Right.
Yeah, and that he might have information on what's going on or how they organized this. I think to frame us, what power they might have had to do that. So yeah, we're on our way to the island. If you want to set the scene, Tan.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So, as we in the ocean, we set our scene as the sun is low. Well, the sun is high. It's sort of come out at night time. You've got your hologram projection boat. I believe you were taking here.
Yes.
I don't know what were your position yourself on the boat. If you're just sort of relaxing, or
So
I think Chelsea and I were talking about something stupid.
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
We were memeing. I don't remember.
And you can see the dot of the island on the horizon, Iola di Volcano, where you previously met with Coalanth.
Chelsea's gonna take out a cigarette from her pocket and light it, and take a long draw, looking over the island. She goes, if Coalanth doesn't know what this is or what we can do, I mean, this is kind of our one shot in the dark here. Can't exactly go back to good trouble.
Yeah.
There'll always be Russia.
We've all been burned. Everywhere we're in danger. We need new identities. I still need to figure out where my son is, if he's safe. They were transporting him. I don't know. This is. I've been here many years. You've been here longer, driver. So you can clarify, but I don't think I've ever seen things this bad.
We need information before we start panicking, Chelsea. Just try and keep your head on straight for the next few hours.
That's what the cigarette's for.
Yeah. It'll work out as long as we don't give up.
I look back over towards Vasilii and Bats. Bats hasn't been birthed yet, right? It's still...
He's actually not there right now. He's down in the basement of the boat.
The
What would you call
maternity
that?
ward.
The brig, maybe?
Yeah, the brig. He's down in the brig.
Could be in the
The
storage
huge
room,
fucking
I think.
projection.
World's
Probably
most-
just in the storage room. I don't think the ship has a brig.
Right. Any sort of.
It does have a break because that's where what's his kit base was being kept in the original boat, if you'll recall.
Oh, fair enough.
He's not within earshot.
Vasilii, you good? You have any bad wounds on you or anything?
Does he have any lingering wounds from that battle with his brother Mecha Godzilla?
I would say you've got some bruises certainly.
So-
you did get thrown through a building, if I recall.
This
By
is true.
Dante speaks up. By the way, speaking of Vasilii, okay, so your brother let us in on information that the president was going to be assassinated. And he knows we're after the Better Angels, who were going to assassinate the president. And when presented with evidence that we were going to try to kill the president, correct me if I'm wrong, Vasilii, you were fighting him. Did he not question this at all?
He wanted us either way. I think it's what he would have wanted regardless. On a personal level.
Do you have any other bad shit, insane siblings that are gonna come after us?
I'm just so blown away by this. By like, when we all lose if the president dies, and when just went after us, knowing that we were trying. God damn it! When
A president's replaceable. We get a new one every 4 years or so. The problem is our identities. You guys are the ones that matter to me, and my son. And right now, all of us are in danger until this is figured out. I don't give a fuck if this guy dies or not. But clearly, we have to figure this out, prove our innocence, and protect him if we're going to get out of this in one piece.
well, the problem is if the president gets assassinated, the Kennedy assassination wasn't even that long ago. If another presidential assassination happens, just like what? Not even 10 years after the previous one? That's... America will probably never regain its standing in the
Rome
global
Part 2.
hierarchy.
The public holiday at that point.
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say? Public colony?
Global hierarchy.
That's a global holiday.
Oh, you meant
holiday.
Tan, but Tan said not to reject that.
As we approach, I think Chelsea's gonna head downstairs and go check on Bats / Clash. Sorry, it took me a second to remember.
As you're approaching the door down to the lower level of the ship, you do hear a scream. Not exactly a familiar one, just an indistinct scream, and loud popping noises.
No.
You good down there, buddy?
You don't get a response immediately, but you do hear, "You motherfucker! You could have brought me out any fucking second, and you waited for this."
Oh yeah, didn't Clash have a hostage or something at some point a while ago?
But yeah, you also hear, what the hell am I seeing down here? This is crazy.
Oh yeah, like the weird clown bug.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
This isn't a clown, but okay.
My new best
Come on.
friend here, the Jonkler.
I'm trying to recapture his voice. He sounded like this, right?
No, he sounded like the
It sounds like
Jonkler.
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
What do you sound like? Do you sound like this?
I'm gonna walk further down because I wasn't clear if Bat/the Clash was talking to me or if there's something else going on down there.
As you come into eyesight, you do see an image that elates you. Bats is back to life.
I don't think you
Standing
can tell
there.
Darnell how he's
just
feeling.
decide how my character feels.
It elates you.
This is the most
No.
majestic thing you've ever seen in your life, Chelsea.
S&P authors
is
be
my-
like, I'm in control of the story now.
And give me permission to DM these 2 seconds.
Well, I mean, it's very hot tonight.
Is he like dripping
Bats-
in goo or something? Like he came out of a cocoon?
Bats is standing there, exactly as you remembered him, in his business suit.
What
but
if
he's
we didn't
covered
remember
in-
him very well?
Well, then, that you're just a bad friend.
Is he covered
But-
in interstitial fluids? Is that what you're...
He's covered in placental tissue and embryonic fluids, and he seems to have the Clash pinned up against a wall while the hostage watches. And he's swinging
Hey, Chelsea,
his
you
hand.
should give him a hug.
I
He's
actually was
swinging
going to do
his-
that until he mentioned the placental tissue.
He's swinging his hand repeatedly at the air. He's trying to punch the Clash, but as he's a stand, he cannot.
I yell at him and I go, let him go! Let the Clash go! You have no idea how painful it is to give birth. Step off.
Whoa, Chelsea, hey, I'm back. But I got something to ttle you.
Okay.
I could have been back about 7 months ago. This fucking asshole right here wanted to hog up all the spotlight, and he was, getting a little bit too comfortable out there in the real world, and he basically trapped me inside of him.
Yeah, that tracks.
I'm going to try and step between them and try and separate the two.
Oh, don't worry about it. I absorbed my consciousness back from him, or whatever the fuck. I don't really understand it myself, but he doesn't speak anymore, and I'm very pissed off at him. And he points his finger sternly.
Well, the way you worded it, he was your consciousness, so I think you only have yourself to blame.
You know what? That is a good point. But I've seen everything over these past 7 months. It was like watching TV 24/7.
Oh, that must have been fucking boring.
You didn't
It
see
was
things
terrible.
when you were first absorbed, though?
What do you mean? When I was out?
When
When
you
I
were
was
in the
unconscious?
coma, yes.
Yeah, no. That was real. Well, you see, I should have been out for about maybe 2-3 weeks. Somebody got a little comfortable.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. That's a lot to take in at once. But let's start with the simple things first. And she goes to almost put a hand on his shoulder, and then sees like, oh yeah, he's covered in like weird birth fluids. And
Yeah,
she
sorry
goes,
about that.
No, it's fine. I'm really glad to see you again.
Ah. That's good. I'm briefed. I know what's going on, although I am a little bit, and he puts his hand out, and he appears to have some struggling with moving his hand up and down. It takes a while to get acclimated after sitting your ass down.
Ah, your muscles have been atrophying, huh?
Something like that, I think. Wait, who said that? And he looks around the bridge.
Pierce, driver. the
Dante
doorway.
has been... Dante has 100% been here.
I would
Okay.
tell you to take a shower, but
Dante suddenly
considering,
steps out of Bats' shadow.
considering we're on a projection boat, I don't know if that captured the plumbing and the water inside.
You could
but-
take
I
a
mean,
plunge. We
we're
could
going
pull
to
it
that
out.
I mean, I could try to project a shower, but I'm kind of busy focusing on the boat right now. So if you want to, like, maybe it would just be better to get like a bucket.
Driver, don't worry about it. We're by the ocean. If I want to take a shower, I'll just jump in.
I mean, it's not honestly not even the worst idea.
We're going to the island anyways, right?
Yeah. We're going to talk to Koalan, see what he knows. Maybe he has some idea of what's going on or how we can combat these accusations. I mean, he's used to hiding himself. He knows about the Better Angel's abilities to some extent.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask. Last time we talked to him, he said they kind of kept him in the dark on that type of shit. I mean, what's he supposed to know? He's a big fucking fish.
I don't know, but we can't go back to base. All good trouble's been burned. Everything's in danger.
The main reason I would rather be around him is because he's a gigantic snake, and people typically don't want to fuck with those.
That's true.
You know what?
too.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Well, I mean, with the exception of Blue Oyster Cult, am I right?
Honestly, being blunt, even this aside, if we could get him on our side, it might really help in our fight against the Better Angels, because having a giant Leviathan would definitely be a boost to our
Bonus
strength.
points if he happens to know where any others are.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a whole species of them. You know, last time we talked to him, didn't he say they were somewhat extinct, something like that?
No, just that there aren't too many on our realm right now.
They're all in that Lemuria
Maybe
place
on
or
me.
something.
Because the Leviathans are native to a realm called Lemuria, which is kind of on a different plane of existence or whatever. Apparently they like... The way it was explained to me is that they just sort of drop down into our realm.
Who would have thought our world inhabited by extra-dimensional serpents?
Oh,
Exactly.
Vasilii, everybody's down here.
I mean,
you have
yeah.
to see me like this, but that's fine. So what are we gonna do with this
Don't worry,
apple?
Pat.
And I
You were always
gestured.
my favorite.
Come on,
Cole-
asshole. The name's Simon Scraggly. Come on.
What were you saying, Dune?
I was gonna say, what are we gonna do with Simon Scraggly?
Honestly, I know you guys don't like this answer, but good old-fashioned murder seems like the easiest way to tie
Come
these
on,
up.
you're in enough trouble already. You don't want to kill Simon. Simon
Who
Scraggly.
would miss you? Be honest.
My sisters.
Really? That's
Yeah.
the best you've got?
They're in elementary school.
Wait, how old is this guy?
I'm 22.
Well,
I mean, we could use him for information. We still don't know what he knows.
he's not
and
going to
if
tell
he's
us
with,
anything.
I mean, if there's a big fucking snake in his face, I think he will.
If anything, we're giving him too much information. He shouldn't even know about the Leviathans.
Look, I agree with you 100%, but I mean, we could get him back to base. I mean, once we get the signal, we do still have people from Good Trouble coming to pick us up. We're only coming here. What's that?
Do we have any of that? What was that fucking material from the prison that like nullifies stands?
You do not have any of that on you.
Stone, sea
No.
stone.
Yeah, do they have any of that on the island? Does Koalanth have any from when he was chained up?
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah,
did,
sure.
if I recall, we did have like a fight around there that involved some...
If
Did we?
my idea is if we're gonna interrogate him, what we should do is put that around him, unball him, and then he can't do any stupid bug bullshit.
Right. I agree. Maybe I feel like Tan would send us on like some Elden Ring type quest down into the mines to retrieve some sea stone.
Because, like, let's be honest, his power of, like, turning part of his body into and, like, commanding bugs and, like, flying around and shit, like, he's not gonna think anything we do is a threat unless we nullify his stand, and then maybe he'd be willing to talk.
Right. So Tan, if we have any of that material, which we do not, would we just have to put like a chunk of it on him, or would we have to make like actual like restraints for him?
But as long as it remains in contact with him, however you accomplish that, really.
Okay.
Yeah, we could
We
just...
just have to like duct tape it to the side of his head.
There are
Right,
four
right.
of us, so one of us holds it to him while the others tie him up.
Shove it down his mouth. If he
Yeah.
swallows it, it stays in him.
Come on. I'm just a guy.
No, you're not. You
I
tried to
don't
hurt...
even know you.
You
I
tried to
don't
hurt my
remember.
friend.
When was this?
Like, how long has it been since we started traveling?
Like 3 hours, I think.
It was 3 hours
It's
ago.
like 3 hours ago.
I remember this.
You were all like, I'm hunting you for the government. I'm a fucking clown bug man.
I think you missed the guy who said that and maybe hit me instead.
He's in a ball form, right?
Yeah, it's like a squeaky ball.
You know that game people do where they like throw a ball against the wall and it bounces and they catch it? I just start doing that with him.
I kind of want to keep this guy around, Chelsea, just for entertainment.
Yeah, I'm wall balling him to get him.
He is very funny.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Yeah, how do you like that?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Then stop arguing with me.
Ow. Ow. Okay. Ow.
Good.
Does
I
this
stop wall balling him
projectile
once he agrees.
have any like projected ping pong stuff in it? Just
I
curious.
am not projecting everything on this boat. I am just projecting the boat
It
itself.
frankly is a miracle you're projecting an entire boat.
I had to like shrink it down a fair bit. I probably had to simplify the design of it.
showed that the
too.
furniture's slightly too small.
I'm curious. I want to try something.
Instead of that, Tam, what I think happened is that I took like the base design of the ship and I edited it down to be like much simpler, you know?
I don't.
Can we do this? Can we customize the projections?
Yes, editing the projections has been a thing.
Okay.
I have a question. I want to try something, and you tell me.
Dante's also like a mechanic, so.
You tell me, Tan/June, if this does anything, because I don't think we've ever done this before. But
Okay.
I want to take, because I assume it has to be a stand power. Like, I want to make like a bone knife or something if I have enough bones on me.
Sure.
And I want to shave off just like a tiny piece of the scraggly ball. I want to see if he reacts to that.
He releases a blood-curdling scream.
What the fuck are you doing?
Now we're talking.
The ball is bleeding.
I say we've got some questions for you, buddy.
Wow, why did you cut me first?
I just wanted you to know that you can feel pain in this form. I just figured you should.
He's been feeling
just threw me
pain.
against the wall for the last 2 minutes.
All right. Well, anyways,
Time flies when you're having
we
fun.
had some questions for this guy, right?
I'm not sure. I think you put him into shock, Chelsea.
He's fine. I
My
shut off like the tiniest
hair.
shaving off the ball.
He's a tiny ball.
You have to understand the fucking ratio of mass.
All right. So
Which part of him did you cut? Though,
if you don't want to lose any more, start answering our questions, and I yield.
What
the
are your
floor.
questions?
Go, I believe you had the questions, driver.
Do I?
Yeah, we were gonna ask him some stuff, interrogate him.
I don't remember this.
All right. Question.
This
one.
is in character, by the way.
Question one. Who else is after us right now?
I don't know. The other guys, the other people who were who signed up. I think you already beat up the rest of them.
So you're the last
Wait,
one?
that was your entire group?
Well, there's the entire squad that was sent out for this. There's more people in the group, but do you know all your co-workers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I don't.
To be fair, we're in a very small organization. It's like 20 people.
So let me get this part straight. You're with the government, right? They hired you?
That's right.
And how did they go about doing that? I mean, do they hire you for any old job or just us?
Well, I was part of the. They're looking for standards at the moment to start up their own little group to deal with those sorts of things, and I was sort of signed up as part of that.
Perfect.
And
Who else is
then-
in that group?
Well,
You know the name of that girl who chased me, the one with the big sword?
yeah, I remember her. That's Lexus Chime.
Thank you, I remember
She's a
that.
real. Well, I don't like to say. I don't like to say swear words, but she's not nice.
Alexis
Oh,
Chime.
yeah,
Did
I've
Alexis
noticed.
Chime live?
Yeah, Dante patched her up.
What about that man with the symmetry stand?
That's Davad. He's sort of like one of the boss guys. That was probably one of his clones he sent out, though.
It was, but I want to know everyone in your organization. Names, abilities now.
Right now.
Right now.
There's Lexus Chime. If you remember, well, you said you like blew her up or something, so I assume.
Well, I tricked her into blowing herself up, but yeah.
Well, she has a big sword, and she can like split reality into different layers, so she could like split you all up, even though you're all in the same place.
Yep.
there's me and my ability. Anything I turn, fly turns into flies, and I can control the flies and do also wacky stuff.
That sounds like a very nifty ability, my new
Thank
friend.
you. Thank you. Finally, some recognition.
And I like nudge Chelsea, and I whisper to her, "I'll be good cop."
There's a Devad. His stand is low where he can make things symmetrical, including reality. It's crazy. If he makes a room symmetrical with himself in it, he can make a clone of himself on the other side of the room, and that clone has the same stand. So it's kind of OP. And
Jesus
then,
Christ!
This is the guy we killed in part 1. This was Samuel.
I don't think you actually ended up killing him.
No, we totally did. We totally murdered him.
He was there right at the end, right as Dante went Requiem, and he was like blasted out of reality. I think.
I'm pretty sure we had like a big fight with him where we defeated him.
He was there for the final battle.
Yeah.
But then of course there's that guy Wenwan. He's got a crazy stand. He can like evolve things to do different purposes. It's crazy. Everyone's crazy in our team. We're super strong.
What do you know about Wenwan's goals? What is he after?
I'm pretty sure he's in it for the money. It's like a job.
That's it.
I don't know. I don't know. The guy doesn't talk.
I look at Vasilii and I whisper.
It's true, he's not the most open with his intentions.
I
need to prod him a bit.
I want to talk to Vasilii like quiet enough that the Scraggly can't hear, and I'm like, I
can't hear.
I thought you came from like a wealthy family. Is he really just? There's no way he's just doing it for money, right?
You thought I came from? You think I'm still from wealth?
I know you're not because you left, but he didn't leave, right?
You understand? In one way or another, we all left.
I did not know that. I'm sorry. I don't think that was...
It was a war. My father lost.
I see. I'm sorry. I must have misunderstood. Okay. Anyone else? Scraggly?
I think there's this guy called Garfunkel. I don't know what he does. He's got like a low...
Why does that sound familiar?
Garfunkel is 100% a part 1 person. I don't remember, but that name is so familiar.
He was one of your handlers in part 1.
Oh god damn it! That's right.
Was it the lady?
Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, the 2 agent dudes?
Yeah.
Were they the fuckers that put the collars on us?
Yeah.
God damn
Hello,
it!
darkness, my old friend.
Motherfucker! What was his stand?
It turned out in other twist like he'd died years ago, and the guy you thought was Garfunkel was his stand.
My favorite moment from part 1 is still when Sam accidentally let slip during like the time travel thing that we will be able to save their lives if they kidnap you guys in the future.
What the fuck?
I don't know. Snow Patrol was pretty good.
Snow Patrol was very good. Anyone else?
There's the boss man. I don't think he had a stand though. He just sort of like organizes and pays for the water cooler and stuff.
What's his name? What's he look
Great,
like?
Amanda Waller.
No, he's kind of like he's got one of those things on where you just call him like the boss, and he's got like an eye patch. He's got like kind of an image thing going on. You know what I mean?
Describe him physically.
Big boss.
Well, now that you mention it, he's like a big guy. He wears like a trench coat. He's got grey hair. He's got an eye patch. A little bit of a beard going on.
So you're telling me that you
the
guys
legendary
have no
mercenary himself.
So you're telling me that you guys have no affiliation with the Better Angels?
The who?
Oh my fucking god!
Well, we already knew that Wen wanted to murder all the Better Angels.
Well, let's get
Right, but
Well, then of course there's Snowstorm.
Snowstorm. Tell us about Snowstorm.
Well, he's an undercover agent. I've not met him myself. He was already like on a job by the time I joined up, but I've heard people talking about him. He's meant to be like pretty good.
Undercover for what? In
I
where?
don't know. I don't know. It's an undercover. I'm not like. What kind of clearance do you think I got, man?
Let's be clear on one thing here, Scraggly. All right, and I sheathed
Okay.
the knife for a second. I think it's obvious that if we wanted to, we could kill you pretty easily. Hell, a part of me still thinks we should, but we had nothing to fucking do with the president. I don't know how or why we were framed like that, but it's the Better Angels who are pulling the strings here. You guys are going after the wrong people.
Well, I don't know. I like I said, I was just told to go after you guys. I don't know the specifics of it, but I'm sure something reasonable can be worked out here. We're all like human beings, right?
Indifferently.
He sort of like pokes his spherical self towards his bats. I'm not sure about this guy. He's kind of weird, but the rest of you seem like normal people.
I take out my can of Raid that I bought, and with a sigh, I hold out the ball, and I'm like, just turn him back to normal.
Back to Are you sure?
If he tries anything, I'll spray him with the bug spray.
That's the point. I turn him back to normal, excited to see which slice of skin you pulled off of him earlier.
Oh, my fucking hip! This big bit of his like hip missing. Oh, turn me back!
Relax.
I'm bleeding out!
We can heal you. Can't your ability heal, Vasilii?
Stay fucking still, I say as I like start bandaging him up.
Look scraggly.
You're a saint. You're a good guy.
As long as you don't try anything stupid, we're not bad people. We're caught up in something that isn't. We're just trying to prove our innocence, okay? So
look, someone was trying to assassinate the president. It wasn't us. We were trying to stop the assassination. Got it?
We only kill and torture out of necessity.
There's no necessity here.
And she this is very hard for her to do. She goes, I apologize. I just needed to make sure you weren't with the better angels.
I accept your apology. You seem like a nice woman. Well, maybe not, because you cut off my hair, but you seem like a reasonable person.
She's just got a bit of a temper on her. I promise we'll get you patched up properly.
Thank you so much. You know why? You guys are okay.
Look, we're
not like friends, but it's like
we're going to meet a contact of ours. Behave yourself. I think you and I we have similar interests. We all want to save the president for one reason or another. So we should be working together, not at each other's throats.
And if you want to extend that whole concept of working together, I don't think it would be too bad of an idea to pool our resources. I mean, it's not like we have anybody in our corner right now, and a few extra stand users on our side can maybe
we might want to wait on that, because remember, his groups was still given orders to go after us. So we might want to hold off on him contacting his bosses until we can disappear.
Also, mechanically, it's already.
Well, I'm not suggesting that, but I'm saying maybe some sort of.
No, I understand.
Oh yeah. Also, mechanically, it's going to be It's already hard to do like a one DM NPC. They're going to make Tan play like 4 guys in a fight.
We have to do like the fucking council in Lord of the Rings, setting up the Fellowship.
In the Good Trouble finale, he was playing like 8 different people.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
I had fun. So what's this island we're going to or whatever?
It's something in Spanish.
It's Isla del Fuego, I think, which is like literally island of fire.
Isla de Volcano.
That's much better. My bad.
Oh, right. That's where that one idiot crashed a plane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know that, but it sounds about right.
And I assume this would be around the time narratively when we arrive.
As the island is now close enough to begin docking. There's no actual dock, of course, but it's like make landfall.
The dock is the dock from fucking Glass Onion, but it's colons.
It's all rusty. Oh, this is beautiful. This is like a fucking daycare. No, it's like an island. Holy shit.
What kind of daycares do you... Never mind.
I was raised in a lap of luxury. What can I say?
Jesus Christ.
Me and my sisters are the children of now disgraced billionaires, but I won't get into that.
Ever since our parents went inside a submarine.
Wait, did the 70s even have like the first billionaire yet?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't know about that.
Well, it's not public information, so don't worry about it.
Right, yeah, you wouldn't know. There's trillionaires out there.
You would have heard them.
The first billionaire was in 1916.
Yeah, so we're good.
Okay, his name was John D. Scragg.
I'm pretty sure it was Rockefeller.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I call out, because I don't know any other way to summon him. I'll go, colons! We're here to chat. Are you available?
There's no response for a moment. There's just sort of rustling through the trees, the palm trees, sort of the thick jungle beyond the actual coast, until you hear a little voice go. And you see a monkey poke its head out of the tree line.
What voice? I didn't hear anything after you said a voice.
So it goes.
A little monkey pops out.
The first time I did it, my voice went too high to be picked up by the mic, I think.
I lean in to Regent and I say, if you devolve yourself to a monkey, can you communicate with him?
I don't think monkeys have a language between them.
I believe
Dante says
do.
Completely oblivious to like the fact that animals can talk to each other in JoJo.
Also, I'm
Vasilii
pretty sure-
does, in fact, devolve his head from him. What do his ears pick up from this blood?
While Chelsea is indeed correct that monkeys do not have a language per se, you can, as your brain is sort of
I
like
was
monkeys.
the one who said that.
Yeah,
Chelsea was
sorry.
arguing the opposite.
I was
Sorry.
saying the animals
It's so
can
hot.
communicate.
Sorry, it's so hot in the UK.
It's okay.
It's my excuse for everything. So because you have like partially the soul of a primate now, you can feel its intent.
It's a fucking Vasilii had a fucking requiem stand this whole time. He affects the soul.
And it seems to be like welcoming you almost as it steps full into you. You see the chimpanzee is wearing like a little like tank top vest, and it has an assault rifle slung over its shoulder.
What the fuck?
It's on motions like follow me as it goes. If you didn't hear anything, just assume we're making a monkey noise.
What did you say, Regent?
He wants us to follow it.
You can't understand as you don't have the soul of a monkey.
Right. I'm just gonna follow.
Monkey looks like the monkey wants us to follow it, so
Yeah, let's.
I
do
just
that.
shrug at Chelsea as like Vasilii makes disgusting creature noises that I never want to hear again.
he still has the vocal cords of a human, but the mind and mouth of a monkey. Alright, let's go.
Okay, so as the monkey leads you through the jungle, you do see more monkeys sort of joining the procession. All some wearing funny hats, some wearing sunglasses. They're all in un-chimpanzee-like attire. And so finally,
Are they all armed with firearms?
some of them are armed with firearms, like pistols and the like.
What is
Some
this
of them-
bit that you're doing?
Others of
Like
them are
Planet
armed
of the
with their
Apes?
charming wits.
Yeah, one of them is like is wearing
One
jeans
of them
and
is
has
just
the hand
Funky
stuck in
Kong.
One of them has jeans but has its hand stuck in the pocket of its jeans to show that it doesn't need to
Funky
use its
Kong.
hands.
I would like to check the nearby tree stumps for monkey booze.
For what?
Monkey booze from Sekiro. Do they have any?
Some monkey boo. Am I stupid?
Monkey booze, like alcohol.
Oh, there's so much about monkey bees.
Perfect.
Does
And
it
fire-
taste fruity like a banana?
It does. Do you want to drink some Stigma, Vasilii?
Well, this is a rare opportunity to partake in truly foreign liqueur. So, yeah.
They whoop and cheer for Vasilii as he takes a sip.
He chugs it.
They go wild.
They go bananas.
They love it. The one's rolling on the floor,
Wait.
clutching its head.
I got one. Bat steps up and he takes a banana from a nearby tree and he holds it out to the crowd of monkeys. Huh? Uh-huh.
One of the monkeys slaps the banana out your hand and shakes its head disapprovingly. You don't have the soul of a monkey.
My bad. And he slinks back into the group.
It's like they're like, good job, you ruined it.
Nice job, kid. You ruined it.
Vasilii, still with his, monkey head, tells Bats he doesn't have to be prop pass.
Interesting. But yes, as you're doing it, it seems you've made it. And it seems one of you now has a monkey's head. Interesting. And you see, he's like lounging on a wooden throne that's being carried by 4 very burly monkeys. And
What
it's,
the
Koalam.
fuck have you been getting up into, Koalam?
He's wearing like a Hawaiian shirt and some shorts. This decrepit old man. I decided to stay on this island for a while, and I befriended the natives.
Befriended is one way to put it. Are you their king?
I taught them the wisdom of humanity.
You're not even a human, though.
It was second-hand teaching. That's why they're like this.
Why not the
Here's the
wisdom
soul of a
of
monkey.
Leviathan?
Because they can't swim good.
Oh.
Also, probably because you forgot all about Lemuria.
Yes. Yes,
Are these
thank you. I like being reminded of that.
Colant, are these real monkeys?
Of course, what else would they be?
Well, I'm not sure. They seem a little, smarter than the kind you see at the zoo.
It's called education. Perhaps one day it will even work on you.
I suppose you're right. The whole evolution thing,
Koalanth, monkeys aside, we actually came to talk to you about something pretty serious.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm surprised. I have to admit, I came in like I expected you to come here, but I'm actually very surprised.
You expected
What can I
us
do
to
for
come
you?
here?
No, I came out like I was expecting it, but I actually put together this phone like 5 minutes ago. I was very surprised.
Oh, I see. My apologies.
Hold on. Monkeys, put the phone down! 3 of them put the phone down, one of them takes longer, he topples awkwardly down to the ground. Now, you may approach.
Right. We've been framed for an attempt on the president's life, but obviously we didn't do it. The Better Angels, we knew there was a plan they had to assassinate the president at his...
They doxed us and we need a place to stay.
Also, I know you said you had limited info, but if you know anything about how they managed to frame us like that, or anything we could do to clear our name maybe, or prove that it wasn't us, anything at all?
Well, if you need a place to stay, I'm sure some of the monkeys will be happy to let you use their huts.
They get evicted from their homes for us.
Well, hold on, I never said that. I never said they were leaving.
They have
I
little
said
sticks
they're
with,
willing to share.
they have those sticks with the bandanas tied around it. They look back sadly. They have to go to another island.
You wouldn't happen to
Hold on.
know any other Leviathans with more, humanish accommodations?
Well, I keep myself to myself, and many of my fellows don't care for me after my association with the Better Angels to begin with. But, I suppose if you do desperately require some lead on the Better Angels, there is one I can provide. It's not one I recommend, but I can give you a path to go on if you desire it.
We'll take anything.
We might as well just take it.
And Scraggly's with us now in his human form, right?
Oh, yeah. So who is this scraggly young man?
Consider him a temp hire.
Yo. Okay. Well, would you care for a banana?
Yeah, I could use some potassium.
Okay. Don't let them see you eat it, though. They don't like humans doing
I've
that.
already got it halfway in my mouth, and I'd slowly take it out.
You can see one of the monkeys looking at you from on top of the hill, and its face is the most human expression of disdain you've ever seen.
It's that face when Buggy tells Luffy, "Do you remember that time I threw the bomb?" And he's like, "No."
No, it's disdain.
You see Vasili's joining in on the monkey dirty stares.
The neuron activation meme.
Why are you betraying her?
He says something in simian, but
I should have known to not ask.
Hey, Colanth, do you by any chance have, I don't know, something other than bananas that I could eat a lot of? Due to some circumstances, I'm kind of fucking hungry.
Absolutely. Here, he sort of holds that hand out, and one of the other monkeys, as though it's pitching a volleyball, slams a coconut into his hand, and he extends it to you. Take this, it will help with your hunger.
Coconut.
How long did it take to rehearse all these gestures with the monkeys? So they because this is kind of cool. It's very performative.
We Leviathans have lengthy lifespans in which to learn many useless skills.
That's awesome.
I imagine you get very bored.
Hence the Monkey Island.
But yeah, you said there was a lead. If you don't mind, we'll take anything we can get.
Many times when Many times when I was in the Better Angels, I would be given assignments. I believe I told you I was occasionally advised to eliminate someone or stop a boat from reaching a destination. Many times these were seemingly random. They were names without any sort of connection or anything. Very little context to what I was doing. There was only one time when I found I was killing someone for the same reason as someone else. And it happened 3 times. 3 times I was tasked to eliminate people who had attempted to look into a place called Blackhurst Asylum. I don't know where that is. Well, I didn't at the time, but I found out later it appears to be somewhere in Siberia. I've never been there myself, but for whatever reason, the Better Angels very much don't want anyone going there.
Which means that should be our future destination.
Do you remember any of the details about how people were looking into this place? Did they show up there? I mean, were they, like, what were they doing?
Well, I believe it was usually investigating into the exact location that tipped the Better Angels off. And these orders to eliminate invariably came from the top itself, from Genesis himself.
The very top. They've got something juicy there.
Was this an asset of the Better Angels, or just...
I couldn't say. I never went there myself. I only know that they don't want other people there.
So you don't know where it is, you only have the name then?
I know it's like a Salem, and I know it's somewhere in Siberia.
It's like a what, you said?
It's somewhere in Siberia.
Alright, well that's a start. You know, we're...
Once we get back to HQ, we could scour the databases. I'm sure that we have something, right?
The HQ's compromised. That's why we came here. They were gonna, like,
well, yeah,
fly us out and transport us.
Hold on.
There's people picking us up. I mean, it's not like, we have nowhere to go.
Teng, you were saying something?
Hold on, you're compromised? Why'd you come here then?
Well, because you were
No
the only
one
person...
followed us, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, don't worry. And you're the only person we could trust.
Me? You'll trust me? And my monkeys?
Yeah.
I don't know about the monkeys, but you, yes.
We're a package deal.
We
They're a little blue.
we busted you out of... I'm so sorry, I forgot the name of that prison already.
Pitch black.
Black Dolphin.
We busted
Pitch
you out
Black.
of... Thank you, Bats. We busted you out of Pitch Black. You know, you given us
Black
good
Dolphin
intel.
is the name of a real-world prison,
It's been a
Stigma.
very long time since anyone trusted old Coelamp.
You're also one of, like, the only people we've talked to that seems to have a semblance of sanity.
You look at the monkeys.
Still.
Not looks at scraggly.
He's basically
I
just Jane
look
Goodall.
at Chelsea after she says that.
The fluoride stare.
You've warmed this old sea serpent's heart. Perhaps I will ally myself and my nation with you.
What's your nation's
Nate?
name?
We're still holding votes on that.
Oh, what's in the running?
The running, I believe the primary proposed one right now is
Insightful.
But I don't know. It's what the people want.
What about the Banana Republic?
They can't spell that.
They can write out oog oog ug ug, but not words.
Yes, they required wisdom, but not that much wisdom.
I see. Okay.
Can I roll to try and persuade some of the monkeys to vote for a name to be the simian equivalent of Vasilii's land?
Absolutely, you can. Please, show me, give me persuade, reason, menacing, and let's say it's gonna be a 2 because these are fucking monkeys after all.
High bar, high bar.
They all give you that stare.
The fluoride stare.
Yeah.
I think Vasilii sadly turns his head back into humans.
He's been rejected.
I think you've lost the respect of the monkeys.
They all look at you like this.
Oh my god.
Wait, maybe not like that.
Yeah, I just saw the second half of that gif. Oh, and it gets worse the longer it goes. Alright, so we have a lead then, Siberia. Would you mind if we stayed here just for a day or two so we could catch our breath?
Well, you certainly can, and if you are, perhaps there is something you can help me with.
Yeah, anything.
Well, if you recall, last time you came to this island, the former warden of my prison, Mr. Maximum, right? He came after you and sort of burst out of the ocean, if you remember, as some sort of large kaiju-esque being.
Yeah, how did we deal with him again?
Yeah.
You sort of
we
ran away
left
and
it
left
to
him
good-
here.
Oh.
Wait, he's still here?
He comes every couple of days, sort of screaming "good trouble" and he sort of slays
Wait,
quite
we
a few
told
monkeys.
Good Trouble to deal with him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
they
Did
ran
they
away.
not send anyone?
To be fair, that tracks for any business. You deal with this and then don't do it. This is a problem.
So, if you could perhaps make him go away and stop decimating the simian population, I'd appreciate it.
Well,
There is-
when's he coming up? When's he showing up next?
Well, it's become a regular schedule. Actually, he should be here sort of midnight or so.
the problem,
Of course that guy made it like a fucking schedule.
the problem we have is he can't be killed. We even killed him and put, I don't know what the official name is of that material they had you chained up with.
Oh, the sea stone.
Sea stone. We killed him, put the sea stone on him, and he stayed a corpse. But as soon as it was removed, he came back. So I think the only way to fix your problem is we need to find some sea stone, put it on him, and then chain his corpse up to it somewhere on your island.
Maybe
Well,
give it to the monkeys. You know where we could get any of that shit? The
Well, I've
sea
gone
stone?
down into the wreckage of Pitch Black a few times to get some souvenirs. You could have a look in my lost and found box if you wish.
Of course. And my thinking is if we can get spare sea stone either from the wreckage or from what he has, that would also help us in our quest.
Absolutely, absolutely. Praetorian Guard, bring them the box.
He is really getting into this, huh? I whisper
see-
to Chelsea.
Some monkeys in crude bronze plate armor. bring huge
Leviathans are now
crates.
in danger of becoming the elves of this setting.
I don't like that. Do not do this to me, Darnell.
So yeah, this heavily armored knight monkey brings a big box and drops it in front of you.
Yeah, let's start searching through it for sea stone.
It's a tragic story, actually.
You
You put on the plate armor, but you can't figure out how to take it off. We're all very sad.
I help him take the plate armor off.
It's a little monkey. It smiles at you benevolently.
And I pat him on the head and I go, "You're a good guy."
So yeah, there's a bunch of trash in this. Some wreckage, like a book called Eleanor Rigby. There's and then as you look at the bottom,
I take the book because you mentioned it by name and there's no way it's not important.
you see it's got that title and just blank pages.
I'm still
Considering-
taking it.
Out of character, Darnell, you do know what that refers to, right?
It's a song by Ella.
No.
Tanja?
Do you remember Do you remember the stand that was the tall old woman?
Ooh. We're definitely taking this book. You said the pages are empty, right, Tan?
Yeah, it's blank.
Do you have any lemons on this island?
Lemons? I don't know. Perhaps.
Lemons are artificially grown, aren't they?
Oh, hold on.
He's really been teaching those monkeys some advanced farming techniques.
We haven't. We're not there yet. I don't think we have lemons.
Well, how do you fend off scurvy?
Good enough. What?
You can eat like oranges and
Do,
shit
do
to
you
fend
have
it off,
oranges?
right?
I just need something with citrus.
Oh yeah, I have an orange. In fact, I have one right here. He holds out his hand.
Wait,
And the
is
monkey-
is this real?
What is that real?
What you DM me? Is this gonna be?
Yeah.
Like, how do I spend it?
Don't worry. Tell me when you want to spend it.
What can I spend it? You know, what, we'll talk about later.
I will tell you.
I take the orange, and I carefully squeeze it over the pages because I remember as a child when I used to write like with invisible ink, and you reveal it by putting like lemon juice over it, and I want to see if anything comes up.
So as you do that, it seems to be a list of names, none of which you recognize until the last couple, which are Chelsea Dagger and Vasilii Teng.
Oh yeah, the two people that were attacked by it.
How like general number? How many names are in this book?
Quite a few. It feels like the first half of the book. It looks like
Like, are we talking
With this,
dozens, hundreds, thousands?
hundreds.
Wow. And I
This bitch has been busy.
I look at Vasilii somberly, and I tuck the book away in my mallet space. Anything else of interest in here?
And there's some scraps of what usually chains, basically. So sea stone chains.
I hold one for a moment and try to summon Ludo and see if it, I can still summon him or not.
You cannot.
Okay, this'll do. Alright, so we gotta touch this thing to him, and then bring his body somewhere and make sure that this doesn't stop touching it. And that's about
We should probably, bury him somewhere underground with it.
Agreed. So, why don't you and the monkey start working on a coffin in a grave on the island?
Eventually, he stopped thinking.
This is not a place of honor in the team.
And then we can... Well, because if we just bury him in the dirt, the worms and shit might move him. We have to, lock him in somewhere, you know?
Yeah, we
Wait,
just,
wait a
like I
second, wait a
said,
second.
duct tape it to him.
Yeah.
I got an idea. How much of this sea stone do we have here? And I start looting through the box.
Well, it looks like these are the chains that held prisoners. So there's a few sort of small sections of it still remaining after being salvaged.
Okay. All right. So clearly you got some sort of way to make armor here. And I gesture to the monkey guards. Why don't you try to forge some sort of blade? We stab it into this guy. We make him swallow it.
Because if we hold the hilt, we'll still have our stand. But when we stab them...
Right, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
What I'm thinking is we have to find a way to get it inside of this guy. And he's a giant fucking robot-looking dude.
Here's what
I'm
this,
sure I can
out.
figure something out with Proto Man, but
Here's
I
what-
would need you guys to distract him.
Here's what
Right.
I'm thinking, right? Depending on how much we have. We should make a blade or a knife for our future use. And then for him, since we don't want to get near him, and we want it to stay embedded in him, we should make an arrow, maybe? And shoot the arrow in him, kind of like a reverse JoJo arrow. It takes away your stand instead of giving you one.
Wait. If I use my balls to remove a layer from him, and then put the arrow or the blade, whatever, inside, and then remove the layer again, it'll be stuck. If we lodge it in a way in his body where it's not going to get out through, the digestive tract, then, we're pretty much good, right? He's not going to want to tear his body open. I don't think he can. He's made of metal.
Well, he could get surgery to remove it.
Well, the second it touches him, he's dead, because we killed him. He is dead.
He is a stand.
Me and Vasilii tested that. It's just if it gets removed, his stand activates and brings him back to life again.
Well, that's why we're going to put him 6 feet deep
In a
underneath
coffin,
Monkey Island.
yeah, exactly. So nothing disturbs it. But how much? He's right. How much is there, Teng? Do we have enough to make a blade after that? Because that is something I want to have as a tool.
You could make a small arrow and a blade. You couldn't make a big arrow and a normal blade.
I think that's what we should do.
I think I should probably hold on to the blade since, Dante's whole thing is being a shithead with a stand.
You're also really fast too, so you'd be able to
Yeah.
shank someone.
Well, if that's the route you want to take, you'll need to take this metal to the blacksmith in the village.
Please tell me it's not another monkey.
Who else was it going to be?
There's no one else here, Chelsea.
So, large arrow, tiny dagger blade, right? That's what we're doing here.
Or the alternative, or the reverse.
I think it's a good idea to save the big one for the big guy and keep a little dagger where it can't be really seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same amount of sea stone's going to have the same effect, right?
Yeah. It just has to touch. Alright, let's do that then. And then one of us, if we're making an arrow, has to make a bow. So...
I hate to be the only one doing shit with this metal because it seems like a cool thing, but Dante could probably, make the shot with a bow, too.
Well, I meant one of us is going to have to craft a bow unless the monkey blacksmith also wants to do that.
Or-
wood and string.
And Bats overlays the Clash's cannon on top of them. I could launch it.
Yeah, but if it touches it, your stand will dissipate. That's why we're using
Well,
this tool.
But it's only the arrowhead that's made out of sea stone, not the rest of it.
Right, but how are you going to stick the arrow in where the arrowhead won't lay against the cannon side?
Just have it,
That's
poke
long-
out of the front.
Yeah, that's...
Like a harpoon gun.
I mean, I guess if you really want. I'm not really arguing about the semantics of it.
Well, with the trajectory that you could get from the Clash, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a bow that can shoot that fast.
Just will your cannon blow up the arrow shaft?
The trajectory of it.
The velocity, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, you got me there. I mean, it shouldn't. I don't know, actually. I never launched anything other than stand balls from it. Let's test it. I take a coconut
Okay, you got a coconut.
and I try to shoot it with from the Clash's cannon.
So you're just like trying to open it up here, or
I'm shooting it to see if the coconut can withstand the pressure of being launched out of the cannon without breaking.
the coconut does split in half as it like is struck.
And this thing's gonna be like on a little thin stick because it's an arrow.
Right, not a good idea.
As you do have this broken open coconut, by the way, one of the monkey babies sort of looks at you beseechingly for the coconut.
I take half the coconut and I... Oh, sorry, go ahead if you'd like to.
Take it, you little shit. And I give it to him.
Yeah, I'm just trying to earn a certain resource. My monkey side
what
quest.
resource do you want to earn?
Well, you'll... Dan has given me a resource, and let's just say that doing side quests for the monkeys could perhaps pay off.
Okay, alright. Oh!
So the monkey looks at you benevolently as you give it the coconut.
Okay.
If he gives you the resource, don't say what it is, because I think it's funnier if it's a secret.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're saying, either way, once you figure out a delivery system, and if you want it to be a blade or something, you'll need our monkey blacksmith to do the work for you.
Yeah,
Monkey blacksmith.
let's go see
Imagine
the
such a
monkey
thing.
blacksmith then. Does he have a monkey forge?
Of course he does.
Isn't that just a regular forge?
Do you
but
have
smaller?
a monkey mayor, or are you like their dictator?
Well, I mean, this seems like a democratic monarchy of sorts.
I'm hoping to transition to a full democracy once they're properly educated.
Oh, I see. Interesting that you'll be the one doing the educating. Seems like you'll have an...
Well, I mean, he is
election.
objectively the most educated person here.
I'm more educated than all of you. Because I'm immortal, not because I'm a sea serpent.
That's fine.
I didn't mean it like that, please.
I know you're not racist. Don't worry.
calm down.
I'm not sure if you guys can even conceptualize racism with where you come from.
Also, it's the 70s.
It is indeed the 70s.
We're all about love, brother. Let's go see the monkey blacksmith.
Okay.
Maybe I can help him out with a forge to get some of this mysterious resource you guys are talking about.
Yeah, basically, I like this because it gives me an excuse to do fun little side quests for the monkeys. If you see a monkey in need, assist it.
Hey, and is there anything I can do at the forge to gain some of this material?
So you do see that as you arrive at the forge, there's like a little hut on the edge of the monkey village. You can hear as this monkey strikes the anvil with a hammer. It doesn't seem to have anything on the anvil, so it's just not miming the actions of a blacksmith right now.
It's the fucking Elden Ring.
As he's like smashing onto
And
it,
he looks very frustrated that no sword is materializing from his effort.
As he's smashing on it, I slide like a piece of metal under the hammer and like watch him like smash it into a blade.
Does that
like a very rough blade?
Doesn't it
as he realizes
you can do that?
As he realizes that he now has something, he's doing it with such force that heat is not necessary.
What?
Is that strong?
He's cold forging?
Yeah.
That's not... I mean, that's going to be a very unstable blade, but that is kind of badass.
And he's so excited to finally...
He's like, I think what he's doing is like he's swinging the hammer so fast that like it's like igniting the oxygen around
Yes,
it.
you can't perceive his movements at the final stage.
This guy, we should have him on our team.
He's a monkey. This monkey's got like a toothpick in his mouth. He's got an eye patch.
He's got a bandana and a beard.
Oh, it's like the fucking Ape Escape Big Boss.
Yeah, it's just going. The sound accelerates as he's excited at finally having something to work on, and within the span of a few seconds, you have a blade.
All right, now do that with an arrowhead, please, my friend.
I slide the smaller piece of metal under the hammer.
As you give him even more metal, he looks at you benevolently.
He's earned it. I can sense it.
And he quickly turns that into an arrow as well.
One day you're gonna say smile malevolently, and then I'll know I should be in fear for my life.
It thumps its fist into its hand.
Yeah, rock on, brother, and I make like a fucking the like fucking heavy metal hand thing.
Does it back?
I look at Chelsea, I have no idea what's happening.
Just, did you obtain that resource?
I guess so, yeah.
Did he send you a DM?
Yes, he did.
Perfect.
This is also in
A
character.
time roach crawls out of your ear, Chelsea.
No, I squashed the time roach. This is in character.
This will happen. You can't prevent it. Oh man.
Okay, so you have your weaponry. If you want to make so it's midnight when this is happening, by the way. So you have like a day to make preparations for your battle.
I mean, our battle is the main plan. Is that we are just shooting it, right? Turning him
Okay.
dead.
Has
What?
Vasilii received a resource yet?
Vasilii.
9.
You said this guy was like smashing up the village, right?
Well, he's attacking the village when he comes out. Yeah, shouting
Yeah.
for good trouble.
Well, it would well, since we kind of invited on this, and I'm 100% not doing this for more of the resource, we could probably help fortify the village or something, help save some monkey lives when this guy comes back.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Now, I am going to ask Colanth, though, like, how have they been defending against this guy in the past incidents? Is there, like, some sort of standing monkey army?
Oh, yes, with the army and the ballista, of course.
There's a ballista. There's a
Oh,
ballista.
yes. He points over, and you can see a ballista.
Okay, we could just use that.
He doesn't seem to do much, surprisingly. He's very sturdy. It seems like every time he... we've managed to slay him a few times, but that just sort of makes him stronger the next time, and it's not going very well at all.
That's
And of
fine.
course, I'm also
All we
swimming
gotta
around the
do-
ocean, so I can help as well when the battle comes.
All we got to do is put the sea stone arrow in the ballista and just fire it at him.
Yeah?
That works for me.
Well, I'm glad you have a plan. I'm glad the monkeys seem to like you now.
Yeah, maybe we should have. Do you have a way to communicate with the monkeys?
Like I said, they don't have enough wisdom for language yet. It's mostly gestures and sort of intent.
Well, when we succeed and finish this thing, I think we should celebrate with the monkeys. Have a big party for all the help they've given us.
Of course, you'll love our monkey part. We get up to some monkey business, eh?
Do they already know how to use weaponry or anything, or do we have to start
absolutely.
from there?
They
Okay.
have like the guns and everything.
Yes,
Okay.
they're crack shots. This guy can use a
Wait a
katana.
minute.
thought-
If they have firearms, why do they have a ballista, not like a cannon?
We've only managed to take these firearms for pirates. You see.
Yeah,
I
that
see.
tracks.
Yes,
All right,
they met
well-
a grim end.
Well, they're pirates. Who cares?
Are there any like shipwrecks around the island? Just curious, like wooden shipwrecks.
Wouldn't know, but there are more shipwrecks than the last time you were here. I can tell you that. The pirates.
While they're talking about this, Dante is gonna go help like build like fortifications or some shit, like make the houses sturdier and walls around the village.
Okay, so you managed to.
While he's doing that, Bats is going to visit the monkey army, and he's going to try to teach them some conventional CQC tactics. Not that they're going to fight, but they might need to, use it in the future.
One of the monkeys, as you try to teach it, seems like to have disdain for your combat style. It sort of waves you off and is like showing the other monkeys how to fight like a monkey instead.
Monkey food.
Okay,
That
worked.
I'm gonna start digging a bunker to protect the monkey children during the fighting, so that they'll be safe.
Okay. Vasilii, what you got any preparations you want to make here?
I feel like how disciplined are these monkeys? How are they like very ragtag or do they seem
It
like
varies between
fighting?
civilian and military monkeys.
I think it's time to bring some of his his childhood live demonstration experiences to use, and he'll get to work trying to
You're like the drill
Within the
sergeant.
span of a day, train the monkeys into a more effective fighting force.
Seem like the drill sergeant.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you
He'll
take
have
the-
he'll have like a a hat made out of coconut tree leaves.
and you line these monkeys up. You see that they're up to some monkey business, and you straighten them out. You manage to well. Let's see how this goes on a sliding scale. Let's make this a roll. This is gonna be like persuade, I would say, or maybe befriend, depending on what sort of angle you're going for, or rally even.
Yeah, I think this
he's
would be a
mimicking-
rally.
He's mimicking something, so he only knows how to do this violent. Well, okay, not like violently, but like forcefully and unpleasantly and rudely.
Okay, so rally then. I said it's pluck and power, and there's gonna be sliding scale ones. This will determine sort of how well you do this. Music is very fitting. So you got one success, so you do have a little bit of success there. So a lot of the monkeys still do not break through the monkey nature, but you notice one listening intently to your instruction, and you notice that it stands a little bit straight at the end of the day. But that's like a monkey, and more like a man.
Does he look like his name might be Caesar?
It does look like that, and he smiles at you benevolently.
I see, I see. Oh, even I got a idea.
Soon enough, as you all make your preparations, the day before the battle becomes dark, becomes night, and everyone gathers at sort of 11 o'clock shortly before this battle will commence. If you have any final preparations or final words to give these poor monkeys.
I, stock the bunker with food and help lead the monkey children down to safety.
Bats has been watching the monkey instructor intently, and at the end of the session where he was training them, he's going to approach the monkey instructor before the army can leave, and he's going to extend his hands and challenge him to a physical bout.
Absolutely. So, you want to fight the monkey?
Yes, he's circling him with his hands outstretched, preparing for any attack that this monkey can muster.
It charges you in a simian fashion, just sort of flailing arms outstretched.
Bats uses his good trouble training to grab hold of this monkey's tail and slam him into the ground, taking him down and pinning him to the floor for an extended period of time.
It's so surprised that a mere human managed to defeat it.
And he looks to the army of monkeys.
And they sort of look back and go, "Oh!" as they understand the will of humanity.
And now Bats is going to spend the rest of the night attempting to train these monkeys now.
Okay, well, you've got like an hour, so...
Succeed where Stigma failed.
He's going to spend the rest of this hour teaching them, like, the basics of a hold.
Okay.
If any of the monkeys die during this encounter, I'm rage quitting the campaign.
I'm not. I love dead monkeys.
No! This guy loves the makeup industry.
Yes! I did it. It's a success.
You got one?
I did.
It's a good resource.
Okay.
Can bats just like smirk at Vasilii?
Bats smirks at Vasilii. He is not there.
Vasilii throws his hat on the ground and stomps on it.
You had a hat on?
Wasn't it like
Yeah.
half a coconut? Doesn't that hurt your foot?
No, it was like coconut leaves in the shape of like a sergeant hat.
Vasili's
okay.
seething.
Right, so it's going to be a brief intermission, by which I mean I'm going to stand up, go to the kitchen, pour myself a glass of lemonade, and then we'll be back.
All right,
Yeah,
lemons-
sure. We
lemons
hit
are-
pause on the recording, I guess. Once.
Well, I mean, it's going to take like 30 seconds, so
All right.
Okay.
you can talk about yourself.
For some reason, I can't pause it. Normally, there's a pause button.
Well, that's good.
I'll have to figure
Thank
out
you for
how to-
playing along with that, Stigma. I thought it would be very funny.
I'm still not sure what Dune's picture is actually supposed to be.
It's a he's a luchador, but he's a dwarf. Look,
This is not on the list of things I would have guessed. Might I ask why you chose this as your
Probably just because he
representation of
likes the
himself?
guy.
because I like him. He's funny.
Yeah.
Who do you like? I'm sorry.
My profile picture is this Mexican wrestler that I learned about. He's a tiny man in a monkey suit.
Is
and
that Gorilla Sanchez?
That's
Yeah.
Gorilla Sanchez. Yeah.
Hello, I'm back.
I'm still fucking haunted by learning that Gorilla Sanchez is a real person.
Wait, really?
Yes, there is a real MMA martial artist out there named Gorilla
I thought
Sanchez.
that was like a verbal tick you made up.
It was, or I thought it was.
Maybe it's
it
like you have
it
some,
like appeared to me in a dream, but here he is, Sylvester Gorilla Sanchez.
maybe it's some Kuotoa shit where you made him real by talking about him too much. That's so funny.
That's Gorilla Sanchez.
It's him.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, I love this tiny blue monkey guy.
He's so good.
This is the champion of Monkey Village, by the way, Tan.
Kimonito.
So this guy comes up as the
He
second
had
in
his
command.
first
Mexico.
loss last month.
Gorilla Sanchez?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the blue monkey appears, you said?
Yes, he's like the second in command to Koalam, it looks like.
Hell yeah, his strongest fighter.
Yeah.
Kimonito.
Manita.
You've made quite a fortress of this village. I'm very impressed.
Well, these monkeys, we want to protect them. They're good folks. Honest folks. Hard-working folks.
Well, you'll see that what monkeys see, monkey give. And it
There's
seems...
3 wise elderly monkeys doing the hear no evil, see no evil,
Yeah.
speak no evil.
Yeah, to illustrate his point. And if you look at our monkey sundial, he points at a sundial. It's not quite clear what makes it a monkey sundial. It seems that we are but a few minutes before the arrival.
It's like how in Skypiea everything's like sky thing.
Well, this has been good to know you, my friends. Once more, onto the breach, as they say.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll take care of this problem for you.
Well, I will fight alongside you, my friends, as I'm of course a giant sea serpent.
Yeah, if you can like wrap him up long enough for us to just shoot the arrow at him, that should be GG.
Well, if I can certainly try. He might not even show. Oh, he's here. Instantly, the ground rumbles.
Is the menacing music gonna come on?
It's very well
Instead
might.
of the inspiration music.
And as you all look out to sea, you see a giant mountain of water rise up as something climbs out the ocean. And you see Maximum Ride, the former warden of Pitchback. He's changed quite a bit, even from the last time he saw him, where he was always like a giant monster. It seems repeated deaths, repeated drownings, repeated adaptations have sort of warped him beyond any semblance of humanity. He's just this giant mountain of like metal armor scraping against itself, something sparks raining down. His fingers have like the heads of like sea serpents themselves, and they flail around flexilely like tentacles.
Has he been killing other sea serpents?
I just had an idea, but I probably should have had earlier in terms of armaments for this.
His throat is like bulbous, like a frog, just sort of like contracting and
Hold on.
engorging rapidly.
Answer my question, Tane. Has he been killing other sea serpents?
Well, he doesn't adapt when he kills something; he adapts when someone else kills him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So they're like.
I thought he was wearing like clothing made of
Yeah.
other sea. I understand.
That's what I was gonna say. That would have been fucking badass.
And
I would have
his
been
eyes,
upset. Sea serpents are my babies.
His
I
eyes are
love
like
them too.
protruding from the top of his head like a slug's rather than anything. There's very little like human you can see here, apart from like a vague impression maybe on his nose. And he just sort of roars incoherently, "Gosh, trouble."
Dude, someone really needs to teach you how to let go.
He does not. It seems that unlike the monkeys, he no longer has the human wisdom to accept your words.
Oh no, he's become stupid.
And as he draws near to the island, you see the monkeys around you all clap their hands together as in prayer. Previously, you were told these monkeys cannot understand human language, but you do hear them clearly say, all in unison, "Oh, march, monkey, business." And above you, like atop the island, a giant spectral purple monkey appears, like in a meditation pose, floating over the
What
crowd.
the fuck is this Oddworld shit?
Oh, that's just too much monkey business.
Holy shit, that's awesome! You didn't tell us they had a stand?
Oh, I forgot to, sorry.
They all share a
wait.
collective stand? Do they have a collective soul?
The soul of the jungle is always one.
The soul of a nation. Wow. Holy shit, that's awesome.
I don't know what it does, but there you go.
Seeing it appear now, I think as badly as Darnell, wanted to save it, I think it's time. This feels like the appropriate moment. I'm going to spend my... I'm going to spend my monkey star.
I will tell you, so now that your monkey star is active, tell me when you want to use it on a roll.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Do we direct the monkey?
Well, you have a monkey star. You just tell me when you want to tap into the monkey star, basically.
Oh, okay. Are we setting up initiative now?
Yeah, so he's coming charging forward towards the island. He's seeing you guys, and he recognizes that you are good trouble.
Hell yeah, we are.
So let's make an initiative. Who wants to go first?
Probably let Chelsea go. She was wanting to do something.
Yeah, if you guys want to let me get to the ballista and lure him towards that, I think that would be the plan, because I don't want to risk destroying the monkey village. I do care about them.
Me too. Go for it. I was going to use my monkey star if I could direct it to have the monkeys pick the ballista up like a crossbow and shoot it at it. Because there's
Like fucking Pikmin?
Yeah, because the big purple monkey's so big, right, that the ballista's probably like crossbow size to it.
You're right. That's a good. We could do that. That's a good idea.
So Chelsea's going first, and who's going second?
I guess since I've got the knife, I can go second.
You go for third, Vasilii or Bats?
Wait,
I
this
mean,
has the arrow, right?
I believe you. I don't know who has the arrow.
Arrows in the ballista. I'm going to use it on my turn. Jack's got the knife.
well, actually, here's my strategy.
Okay.
If you guys would let me go first, I could remove a layer from his body, and then we can shoot the arrow.
I remember this
into it.
plan. Yeah,
Right.
go for it.
That way, it'll be like lodged inside.
So shift it around so that Dune goes first, then us, or then Chelsea, then me, then Vasilii, I guess.
Sure.
So Bats, then Chelsea, Driver, and then Vasilii. Does that sound okay, Vasilii?
I had a plan, but it seems not gonna work, so I'm bummed.
All right.
So this will be our turn order then. It'll be quite a lengthy one.
Perfect.
So Bats, why don't you start us off as this mountainous sea monster is advancing towards the home of these innocent monkeys? How do you respond?
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going. Where's the giant monkey?
The giant monkey's like floating above the island, like in a meditation pose, as though it's like on a lotus.
All right, gotcha. I'm going to propel myself upwards with the balls from the Clash's feet, and then overlaying both of the arms. I'm going to fire off as many balls as I can, kind of towards this guy's like torso area, and not enough that they can. I'm going to kind of trick shot them so that they won't pass through the guy, but they're going to like boomerang themselves back, so they won't remove like a layer that there's a hole in him. They're going to remove like one layer from the
start, like scoop bits out.
Right, basically.
So yeah, as you say, trick shot then, and he's going to he's like going to try to like swipe his hand to like deflect your shots out the air here. So he's going for an intercept on his part.
Can I use my monkey stars to make sure this hits?
Absolutely, you can double the roll.
Double it?
Yeah.
Okay. I have 2 monkey stars, so does...
You can only use one at a time.
Okay, alright. So should I roll regularly first, and then we could double the result, or...
So roll, but with double the stat.
Okay.
So what's his action he's doing?
He is doing a trick shot here,
So
which
whatever
is...
the total dice pool is, just that
Yeah,
twice as many dice.
wits plus precision times
Yep.
2. So you can feel the power of the monkey star inside of you. How many fucking successes is that? As he tries to intercept.
3... 5 successes.
Okay, and he's going to go for his
I've had
durability
crazier
position.
rolls, to be honest.
Well, even so, even if perhaps it isn't a godly power, for the first time in this Cold War, you can feel the unconditional kindness of the monkeys. There is no secret plots, no conspiracies on Monkey Island.
That actually,
Just the benevolence of his simians.
I know this started and may be a joke, but this is warming my heart now. Like, I'm invested in the
I love
monkey
it.
people.
As he swipes his hand, your shots pass between 2 of his sea serpent fingers and scoop out huge chunks of his chest as he sort of stumbles back, roaring in anger, leaving big gouges there.
Oh shit! So the layer's gone now.
There's like big scoops of his chest taken out, yeah.
I think if Chelsea's able to get to her son, she's gonna leave him in the care of Monkey Island. It's the safest place. It's a place of peace and happiness.
That friendship of good trouble ended. Monkeys are my new best friends.
He can learn their language, assimilate
as he
with
sort-
people.
So Maxim Ride, as he sort of staggers back, he plants one foot into like the seafloor, grinding to a halt. As he thrusts his hands towards the island, you see the sea serpents like he has fingers, like a leviathan, shoot out a beam, like a watercutter beam from each of his fingers towards the island. He seems to be aiming back at bats here to try and like put him out of the sky. And he's going for a snipe on this, basically.
Okay. In response, the balls that I turned his chest flesh from, I'm going to use them to like cover my body as a shield.
Okay, so you're going to go for like withstand here.
Yeah. And what am I rolling for that?
Withstand would be pluck and durability.
Okay. Oh fuck.
Okay. Oh. So,
That's a brutal hit.
So you as you struck him and like made it through with the power of the monkey star, perhaps you've been left on like some sort of high by the monkey star here, maybe a bit overconfident in yourself.
Right.
As you see this, and as you caught off guard, and this water slash is a little bit too faster than you're expecting, and you're swiped out of the air. The rest of you just see like a splash of blood in the sky as Bats begins to plummet down, with big gouges from his chest here left by this water, it's like knife basically. As you do take a hit and plummet down to the ground where you land roughly.
Oh, bats.
Some of the monkeys cry out in anguish.
It's like the fucking image of like the anime girl crying with the monkey.
You're like, you've got like a little crate of bats. You're like, Broly.
His last words before he reaches the ground. Should have used a monkey star.
No.
One of the monkey medics tries to treat you as the rest of the battle continues.
With my turn now, Chelsea's glaring at this fucking maximum ride, and she guides the power of too much monkey business, spending a monkey star, and sort of almost not telepathically, but like through sheer force of will, comes to a spiritual understanding and instructs them to pick up the ballista like a crossbow and have the too much monkey business fire it directly into this guy.
So you're rolling to tell them to attack.
Sure, I don't know how that would work. Yeah, basically.
I said it's probably rally then if you want to do it that way.
All right, and I'm spending a monkey star. So what's rally?
So rally is pluck and power.
Pluck and power.
In
Not
response,
my worst stats, not my best. Yeah, so pluck and power, that's 9d6, so monkey 18d6.
So yeah, in response, Maxon Ride seems to be like his gullet is engorging rapidly as he looks like about to start vomiting or something, and he's going to be rolling a overkill on his part.
5, 6, 7. Only 7 successes from me.
So menacing and power from this man. One, two, three. Yeah, he still got it. So, right before he could vomit up whatever he was about to vomit up, the ballista strikes him in the chest, like in one of the holes that was made by Bats' early maneuver, and the arrow lodges deep in there. But he does not seem to die immediately, as you perhaps expected. He sort of roars in pain, but he doesn't seem like he's reacting any different than he would from a normal projectile as of right now.
It must not be touching his body mass yet. Shit.
It does seem to be inside him. It's inside the bit that's got scooped out.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Maybe it's not enough sea stone for how big he is? I don't know.
So, it's inside him, right?
It's lodged in there, yeah.
Okay. If I could, within a split second, would you allow me to return the parts of him that are balls back into his chest and see if that has any effect? Or do you want me to wait for my turn?
I'm sorry,
It would be like
turn.
Okay.
Alright, so next is maximum ride then, right?
Yes. So he doesn't seem like he quite registered what the point of the arrow is, so he leaves it there, basically. And again, he seems to go for the same maneuver he just tried to do, where his gullet suddenly engorges. And this time he just vomits forth this, tidal wave towards the island of what to seem like monkey-esque beings. These tiny, pitch black, sort of skittering, red-eyed creatures that sort of rush towards the island, like his twisted clones of the monkeys.
Are there any bones or carcasses on the island?
There's the monkey graveyard.
I can't defile that. That's...
You do sense a pirate ship, sort of shipwrecked surely off the beach, and you can see some skeletons in there with your scorp sense.
Is there enough to make a wall around the rim of the island to block this flood?
Not the entire island, no, definitely not.
The section that's being spewed at?
You can make it like a fence, but not a complete wall.
Alright, in that case, does anyone else have a better reaction for this? I'm willing to give mine up if there's a more...
we can do the bone shield thing where I duplicate the amount you're able to make.
Oh, yeah! Alright, are you ready? It'll be like when Avdol did his funny thing, it'll be bone shield variation.
Yeah.
Alright, I lock eyes with Driver and give him a knowing nod, as presumably we simultaneously say, bone shield variation.
Yeah, exactly.
And we do just that.
Okay, so this will be a dual heat action then, so you're trying to make it basically a shield. If you're doing this as in this maneuver, I'll let you do around the entire island. It's really cool.
I assume this is protect.
Yeah, speed and durability.
Alright, so I have 4 durability, and I assume you have
I'll
more
do the
than me.
speed.
Perfect.
Against his...
speed is kind of Driver's entire thing.
Would you perchance want to spend a monkey star or save yours?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Alright.
Okay, so the results of your... Okay, so if he uses the monkey star, his stat is doubled, but Chelsea's isn't.
Oh, we're nerfed on the dual action. Alright. Let me go.
So let's be honest, the monkey star mechanic is not going to last long enough for that to be a problem.
I got 2 successes on my half.
Do we get any raises? Or, sorry, not raise, advantages for it being cool?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if that helps. How many advantages?
Yeah, you go, so there's no difference, unfortunately.
Do we get another advantage for being smart?
Or remember, there's an advantage for following your spirit, and our spirit's telling us to protect the monkeys.
That is
Go for
true.
it then. Go for it then.
Yeah,
You have
okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Plus my 2 is 8 total.
Then he's going to roll his. Yeah, so his monkey clones smash against the bone shield you erect around the entire island. It's like a hologram almost, hexagonal bone shields cloned over and over again.
Hell yeah.
And it seems like these monkey clones can't survive long outside his bodies. They quickly deteriorate into goop, oily slime that just runs down the surface of your bone shields.
And I point my finger at him and I go, "You won't lay a finger on the Banana Republic."
One of the monkeys looks, he goes, huh? And cocks its head. It doesn't know what you mean by that.
You won't land a finger on.
The old shear.
They understand the rest of the sentence.
And with that, we go to a driver's turn.
Hell yeah.
All right. And it's only polite to pass it back. So, you know, like when in fucking like Dragon Ball, or like the fastball special where like someone throws Wolverine.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I, Chelsea? Can you throw me at him so I can get him with the dagger?
Yeah, absolutely. I have power 5. So I think Ludo's arms kind of overlap hers, and it's really weird because they're super big, beefy biceps, and she grabs Driver's ankles and starts like building up the throw like Mario throwing Bowser in Mario 64, and tries to launch him into the fucking maximum ride.
Yeah. So I guess her power, my speed, or I guess.
I would say so, yeah. I'll give you advice for being smart about that. So what are you aiming like on this guy? Like, his head, his chest?
I guess it would probably be safest to aim for his chest, because that's like the widest amount of him, right?
Yeah. The entirety of him is pretty wide at this point, but yes, that's the widest.
I just want to make sure there's absolutely zero chance I like get
If
flung
you
off
fly
into
off
the
into the
fucking ocean.
Okay, I would say it's probably a snipe then. Well, it's strike, actually.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck. Whoops. I
Strike,
ignored
strike,
that.
sorry.
Wait, what strike then?
Power and precision.
Okay, I rolled
Oh,
power.
okay.
So that
Precision's also a D5
works.
And he's been like,
or 5D.
You
Sorry.
said we got an advantage, right?
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I got 4 successes then.
And he's like, it seems like he's opening his mouth and just trying to snap at Driver as he comes in, so he's going to go for an intercept.
Driver, no!
So what did you guys get?
I got 4.
5 total.
Yeah, 5 total. Ooh,
Two,
get fucked,
three.
buddy.
So yeah, with your friendship spirit and your acrobatic expertise, you manage to swoosh right on in, and the dagger plunges into his chest as well.
I like cling on to him like a Dragon's Dogma character and keep stabbing him.
It's going, oh, and then we transition to his turn. You've opened like a little gash in his chest by virtue of having it stuck in there and getting moved around as he sort of thrashes around. And like it's a disturbing sight, but you see like in the sliver of flesh that's been opened up, like meat as you'd expect, like blood pouring out, but also like countless eyes staring at you, Driver.
Ugh.
And as you're registering that, like these almost like fluid arms begin flooding out the wound, trying to seize you.
I want to summon Proto-Men. And you know how like in Devil May Cry 5, Dante has like that bike he can split into 2 axes?
I
Yes.
don't, but I understand what you mean.
Can I have like Driver hold like do that same thing where he makes like basically 2 chainsaws and has like 2 chainsaws using his bike and like projects spikes onto the wheels to like try and cut up the hands before they get to him.
That might be a bit of an adaptation then, I'd say, if you like changing the form of your stand to facilitate that. And maybe improvisation, maybe.
Let me see if I can even do that.
Oh no, actually, I mean like an adaptive, sorry, or
Do
an
you
improvisation.
have learning?
I spent my permanent learning.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'll just make do with the 1 bike. Whatever.
Okay.
1 bike with the
You
spike.
can still do it with the 1 bite, yeah. There's got no problem. So
you
you're
just do a wheelie in the hole with the spike wheel.
Yeah.
So you're like slashing at the arms as they try and get you.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going for a restrain here, which is a It's power and durability, and you're trying to slash them basically. So maybe an aura on your part, power and speed.
Yeah. Sure. The fuck's my power? Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Oh no.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
Do I get
Unfortunately,
any?
you do not in this case, no.
No, okay.
So you
I
slash
wasn't
off
cool enough, I guess.
you manage to sever a lot of these arms that are coming in, but there's so many that eventually one like latches onto your arm and it's hold you still for long enough for the rest to latch onto you, like twisting your body, just holding it in place. Like you hear a crunch as like an arm is like twisted into its socket, basically. And the rest of you can see a driver like being held aloft by this wound.
Driver! No! Sorry. Who's next?
What?
Is it my turn yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I remember, they have like, sea serpent like adaptations on their arms, but like, what are their eyes like? Oh wait, Ken's muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so his eyes, as mentioned, so they're not human-like at all. They're sort of extended above the top of his head, almost like a snail or a slug.
Are there only 2 of them?
There's 2 of them, yeah.
Alright, I think
It's more like a sea slug than anything else, I'd probably say.
right.
It's
Okay.
sort of shape and
Is
structure.
there any high place near the coast? The coast, like a watchtower, of like bamboo or something.
Well, you did mention you were doing like fortifications earlier, so I can imagine one of those was made.
Yeah.
Right. I
And
think
this is also Isle of the Volcano, so if you wanted to like retreat a bit of this, you could probably get on top of the volcano.
isn't that like farther inland though?
Yeah, it would be.
Okay, I think near the coast. The monkeys. Monkeys see a lot, and they do what they see, but they see something they've never seen before, and that is, as you will recall from Vasilii's diet less than 24 hours ago, a monkey with wings, a flying monkey,
Oh fuck.
and as
And
you
as-
know, Yatan,
Sorry, please go on.
and as he jumps from the highest building, well, maybe on the island, you see he's like he's like shooting towards these like giant sea slug guys, trying to blind it, while his allies are going for perhaps more vital regions with their sea stone.
Okay. So as you do this, before we get into the roles, you do see that the monkeys all, as you take this form and fly up, they all look at you in awe. And even too much monkey business, the stand itself like opens its eyes for the first time to look at you adoringly as you take the form of this great beast. And all of them smile benevolently at you. And then, so you're trying to like block out. So you're trying to block, like, get the sun in its eyes, I believe you said.
No, like claw at
Oh,
its
claw
eye.
at the eyes. Sorry, I would say it's probably a cripple then on your part, wit and power, and it's
Alright.
going to be. He's going to be trying like basically with his massive fist, like aura you out the air here with his power and speed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 on you, and I'll say you have an advantage on that as well for your coolness. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So as you're about to like slash at his eyes and like make contact with it, its fists suddenly lash out, and you're able to dodge in time, weaving through the flurry of punches like a expert pilot. But you are sort of forced away from the location of its eyes.
Does it create any openings with its attention, directed upstairs for the allies?
Yeah, so it does sort of leave its chest and bottom half like completely exposed. Like the location where driver is being restrained is like utterly open to any sort of attack right now. So anyone who does go for that will get an advantage as well.
All right, I think that is my turn.
Yeah, Maximum Ride is now focused on Vasilii as well. And it takes its 2 sea serpent hands. The water cutters blast off from each finger, like coalesce almost like a fucking Death Star in the middle of it, and it fires off a supreme water beam up into the sky towards you, Vasilii, basically trying to like obliterate you out of the air with all its aquatic might. And it's going to go for an overkill on that against you.
Vasilii will try, do some fancy barrel rolling dog fighting maneuvers to not get hit.
Okay, so I'll be a maneuver then from your body and speed against its menacing and power. Holy shit. Oh, right, that was your last roll. So 1, 2, 3 from you there.
Oh,
1, 2,
no.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hold on, you said 3 versus 7? I need to see this on the hit table.
Yeah, I do have to check this on the hit table as well.
This is going to be brutal.
There's a difference of 4 there.
Hit difference table. So, yeah, debilitating.
Yeah, so the water blast beats down, and it's like scouring through the sky. You can all see it. It's like it's barely recognizable as water at this point, more like a beam of light, essentially, it looks like, from the sun reflecting off it. And it's like a repeat of what happened to Bats almost, except far more deadly. As it slams into you after getting through your maneuvers, Vasilii, you feel like immense pain, a crash over, like you've been struck like by concrete, basically.
Is he on fire? Like, is he falling down like Icarus burning?
A little bit, yeah. And as you land in the ground in this massive crater, you do see, as you look down, one of your legs has been severed, like burnt away by the friction. Like you're missing a leg right now.
It's gonna. He's making monkey noises.
Is the leg cauterized or is it like bleeding out?
It's bleeding out.
Oh no. Oh fuck. Who's
With that. And then, as it looks like he's going to try and do it again to finish off Vasilii down on the ground, suddenly there's a massive splash as Koalan, the sea serpent, lunges out of the ocean and begins wrapping around his body to try and constrict him, basically. He's going to be rolling for restraint here, power and durability.
Real quick, did Vasilii also harm Maximum?
He did not. They sort of parried each other there.
Okay, so he's still at 2-5.
Yeah. So he's going to go for restrain Koalan here. Let's get that up for him. So he was rolling restrain, so body and durability for one of his species. And that'll go, and he's gonna like try and thrash and escape this attack. Basically, with just a standard dodge from Maximum Ride. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, Koalan does manage to like wrap around and constrict him, hold him in place, and like sort of crush inwards on him as he does take a hit from that as well. So basically, he's been held in place as he's holding Driver in place. Bats and Vasilii right now are on the ground, have been knocked down. Chelsea is the only one like still standing normal, I think, right now.
I think so.
So what's the situation with Driver? He's
Oh yeah, Driver's like being grabbed by arms from a wound.
from the wound in the chest.
Not the same one you made, a different one that he stabbed into it. He like stabbed
Oh,
it.
okay.
It shook around when he like recoiled, which created a little gash, and then arms came out of that gash and grabbed him.
Right,
Yeah.
so he's still stuck there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
As with that, Maximum Ride basically rears his fist back and like goes to hit himself, or more accurately, like hit Driver, who's like stuck next to him. Just sort of like try and crush him with his fist with a strike here. How do you respond to such a brazen attempt, Driver?
I want to try and like hack away some of the hands that are grabbing me and move out of the way so that he punches into the wound that we've created and knocks knocks the ballista put into him even deeper.
Okay. So I would say that's probably... So you'll try like hack away and escape, basically.
Yeah.
I'd say probably going to be a break on your part then with body and power.
Okay.
And that's against his strike, which is power and precision.
Do I get an advantage for my master
Yeah, if you will,
plan?
yes.
Okay. Power and body.
Yes.
Okay, that's... One, two, three, four, five.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if you did have the advantage, that would have been bad. Yeah, so you managed to finally put hack and slash your way out of the grip of these liquid spectral hands, leap out of the way, and the second you're clear, that fist comes past you with such speed that you can tell you would have been smashed to smithereens if it had hit you. Smashes into the wound you've made along with the dagger, strikes it in further, and at the same instant as that fist connects, you hear the roar from Maximum Ride suddenly cut off, played by a trickling death gasp as his arms go up into the air and he slowly topples backwards into the ocean, where he floats there, defeated, and it seems for the time being not returning to life.
Does he shrink at all, or is he like the?
He remains in his same size.
Oh, fuck. All right. So how are we gonna bury?
This seems, with him being this size, this seems like a thing for Koalanth to worry about.
Yeah, because
Right.
last time we stabbed him, he hadn't nearly gotten this big, but he had shrunk back down to normal human size, if I recall correctly. So something's definitely changed fundamentally about him.
And I'm saying this as I'm falling to my fucking death. I project Vasilii or Wen's jetpack and soar back to the ground.
I like to imagine Chelsea was dramatically running over to catch you, and then you awkwardly stand there and you very normally land.
Fortnite glides down.
Yeah.
Oh no! Well, when Dante sees Chelsea's coming to catch him, he lets her
undoes
have
it.
her moment.
He lets her pity
He lets her have
catch
her moment.
Oh, Driver, I'm so glad we were able to get to you in time.
Yeah, thank God. Pretty sure I lost the dagger with how he punched it into himself, but whatever.
We can go climb it out. I mean, the arrow's still in him, right?
I guess.
I'm gonna test if he's dead now, Tan.
Wait,
Can I manipulate?
Wait, is Billy just still in a burning crater?
You are
like
still in a
his
burning
knife?
crater with your leg
Okay.
gone.
Can I manipulate his corpse with my power?
You can feel it, yes.
I'm gonna
good.
I'm gonna start sloughing off massive chunks of flesh off his corpse. And just pulling
Oh,
it
we can divide it into little itty bitty pieces and spread it around the island.
that maybe, but yeah, I'm gonna retrieve the knife, but I'm also gonna try and shrink him down if I can to make him more containable, if possible.
Okay.
And now there's enough. Now there's enough meat to feed the entire monkey population.
They all cheer.
Or we could make a giant meat mech to go fight better angels.
You would deprive these monkeys of food?
Do we really want them to
They
eat
look-
maximum
they get-
ride? They might turn evil.
They give you that stare.
I guess it really depends. I turn to Koalanth. In monkey culture, is it appropriate to eat pigs?
Oh, they eat monkeys.
What?
What?
Yeah. This is. Dante pulls Chelsea aside. He's not lying.
They throw the bones in the monkey graveyard.
Oh.
Monkeys have, especially certain types of monkeys have cannibalism as part of their diet. Just don't worry about it.
Can I do some JoJo bullshit while this is going on?
Tell me what this bullshit is. We will see.
So, this is a tropical island, yeah?
Yes.
Meaning it's very warm, it's very moist, so there should be lizards around, skittering about, yeah?
Yeah.
And lizards are known for, allegedly at least, their regenerative abilities growing their tails. Might
Yeah.
Vasilii, catch
He's trying to
one
do a
with his hand
fucking. He's trying to do a
each
killer
lizard.
croc.
and have it help regenerate his leg.
You can certainly try and crawl around and find a lizard to eat.
Okay.
It has to be a salamander for the regenerating tail, but those shouldn't be uncommon.
Also, you're missing a leg, so I don't know how mobile you are to find one.
I was hoping maybe it's examining what looks to be a very big lunch.
Funnily
Lying
enough, when the
still.
large object crashed into the earth at high speeds, they seem to have run away.
I'm going
What?
to.
Damn, I guess my barbecue meat doesn't smell good enough.
Oh wait, no, because we decided the whole body has to be dead, so I can't manipulate his leg. Also, it's probably been destroyed into pieces. All right, so we're getting.
And we can just shove him in the teddy bear.
We were able to get the knife, right, Tan?
You can. The knife is deep in the wound. You can get the arrow pretty easily out.
But I can manipulate the corpse to move the flesh aside to get the knife. Yeah, because I'd rather leave the arrow in. I'll do that. Get that the driver, and then I probably see Vasilii crawling around. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
He's saying that to a guy visibly missing a leg.
Well, he's clearly searching for something on the ground, I assume. What are you looking for?
Lizard, give me.
Okay.
Little green.
Okay, yeah, I'll help you. And I'm gonna pick him up, so he's piggyback on me. And I assume he's much larger than me, but I'm gonna try and help him find a lizard.
Okay, so as those two go off to find the wonderful lizard, Koalam comes to you, Bats, as you're in the crater. Say, are you all right, young man?
I think I'm fine. Am I fine?
You look like you've seen better days.
Bat's just lying there in the Yamcha pose.
Exactly.
Right.
It's the Baki meme of the dude who's just a head wrapped up.
I always thought that meme was him being born. I thought it was like a baby.
That's his baby
I
face.
thought it was legitimately a real panel because I've seen so many insane things from that fucking manga. When I learned that it was edited, I was shocked.
So good.
Anyways,
I really like these religious motifs going on with the
Yeah,
soundtrack.
this is definitely an interesting soundtrack you've chosen, Tan.
It's because it's such education of such joy. Well, it seems you saved Monkey Island. Sorry, I mean
Monkey Island is copyrighted.
What's that? Oh, yes. And, you said someone will be coming for you. I've heard helicopters in the distance of my Leviathan ears. So... perhaps they'll
Ears.
Yes, well, they're more like holes in the side of my head, I suppose. Why, is that a problem?
No.
oh, I got a question, Colan. What are you gonna do
Sure.
with that corpse?
Well,
It seems like the monkeys are gonna eat it.
Yeah, we're gonna probably keep the hearts, because that's probably the important part. I assume we're gonna probably seal that away in a temple or something, maybe.
You're gonna make a religion out of this, aren't you?
Not intentionally.
Okay, I mean, just remember, he's technically not dead. I don't think you can kill him.
Well,
Well,
we can't-
eventually everything that remains of him will decay and spread throughout the earth after he's eaten. So at some point,
And
there will be
hopefully the
nothing
stand
left.
has turned off by then.
Ah, I see. We're going to the Makima school of defeating an enemy. I mean, yeah, he technically is dead if I can manipulate his corpse, but he won't stay dead if anything happens.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if we feed him to the monkeys, they'll spread him out, and there won't be a brain for him to manifest the stand from.
And unless he regenerates inside of the monkeys and he suddenly has a monkey army.
It's like
Well,
shit
then
visual.
that's why we have to leave the arrow there.
I agree.
That's why we're leaving the arrow there.
Well, all's well that ends well, really, wouldn't you say?
We're still wanted for murder.
I
All's
like
well
to
that
think-
ends well.
I like to think the camera pans to Chelsea and Vasilii. a trail of blood behind them from the leg still as he says that.
And, like, almost, as besides what Chelsea thought, the ruined leg does drop to the ground a second later, and Looney Tunes style, the lens closes on it as we come to the end of the session.
Wait, what happens?
The leg finally falls down like a minute after you leave, and like Looney Tunes, the screen closes around it.
Oh, he gets his leg back?
No, it falls to the ground, the severed leg,
Fuck.
after you leave.
We can just staple it back on like Resident Evil.
I see. Did we get him a lizard after all?
It's the cliffhanger, but we'll say in between sessions you did get a lizard, yes.
Alright. So I guess we're ending it off here then?
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry. I'm a little out of it. Whew.
It is fucking wild that after the fucking assassination arc, we immediately jumped into like this weird Ape Escape parody you've manifested.
I think this was a very serious episode. What do you mean?
This episode's definitely going to be called Monkey Business, and I won't be accepting any other suggestions.
Not too much monkey business.
I feel like
after the
Ape
sound.
Escape is also a good one,
Ape
but
Escape could be good. Planet of the Apes.
Island of the Apes.
Island of the Apes. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Kong the Chaos.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.